Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very interesting topic for ngIf, where we will learn about ngIf with then and else keyword. Okay, prior to this session, we discussed about what is ngIf directive, then we discussed how to use ngIf with else directive, right? So today, this session is in the continuation of the same, where we are going to discuss about few more keywords like then and else. Okay, so here I'll show you one example where we will utilize both else and then, and also I'll explain you why do we need else and then with ngIf. Okay, but before we proceed further, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to create if else condition with then. Okay, fine. So now let's go and now we are going to proceed in same manner. Like firstly we will discuss the requirement. So let's go to app.component.html file. Here I will print one more heading. So I'll simply write here h2. In this h2 I will mention the title, let's say welcome to Tech Sharmit. Okay, so this is the message which I want to print when the user is logged in. Okay, so let me show you output first and then we will talk about the conditional things. So ng server -- open, enter. It will take few seconds. If there is any error, it will throw the error, otherwise it will open the browser for the output. Yes, so we have got the output. That means it is running perfectly. Yeah, so now you can see one main heading is there, Angular Directives demo by Tech Sharmit, and then we have one heading which we kept in h2, welcome to Tech Sharmit. Perfect. Now let's discuss the requirement. So requirement is that we want to print this heading only when the user is logged in. In case if user is not logged in that case I want to print another heading which I will create now, h2, and here we will write please log in to continue. Okay, so this thing I want to show when user is not logged in. So currently it is showing both the text, right, which is not correct, because I want to build some condition here. If it is logged in, if the user is logged in, we will make it welcome to Tech Sharmit. If user is not logged in, then in that case we will show please log in to continue. Okay, now to implement this thing, in earlier session we discussed one way where we kept ngIf condition here, and then we use we assign some name to this block and then we call it in a else part. But here we are not going to do the same approach. Okay, why? Because we want to learn about the then. So for then what we will do, we will keep both these headings into separate template. Okay, so let's create the template. So to create the template you will write here ng template. Now in this ng template we will put the heading. So I'll simply keep this heading inside this ng template. Okay, fine. Now we will assign some name to this template. So I will write hash logged out block. Okay, logged out block. Then for this heading also, like earlier we were using ngIf here only, right, but this time we are not going to use ngIf here. Why? Because just to improve the code readability, you will feel that sometime it is not good to keep the ngIf in the same block, right, because we might use a larger code, right? So in that case it is not good to use in this manner. Okay, so for that purpose what we will do, we will kept this thing also in a template. So let's define the template for it, ng template, and inside this ng template we will write h2 and save it. Perfect, fine. So now what we did just one more modification where we kept this welcome to Tech Sharmit also inside a ng template. Now what we will do, we will assign some template name to it. So hash logged in block. Perfect. Okay, now how to execute this thing? because right now if you see the output, you will see nothing here. Why? Because whatever is written inside this ng template will be executed only if user execute it explicitly through the code. So how we can explicit it? How we can execute it with explicit mode? So for that, what we will do, we will use here one more thing, which is ng container. So what this container will do, it will basically allow us to execute the code inside, it will allow us to run the ng directive. Okay, so let's write it here, star ng if equal. So currently it is throwing error. Why? Just take your mouse here, you will see the ngIf directive was used in template, but neither the ngIf directive nor the common module was imported. Now to fix this thing, let's go to app.component.ts file, because before using it we need to import it. So here you can see only one import is there. So what we will do now, we will write here ngIf, not ngIf. To include the ngIf, we will use here common module. Let me write it properly, common module. Now once I hit enter here, it will import the file. So now you can see it is imported. Okay, so that means common module is added. Now let's go to app.component.html. Here what we will do, we will check for is logged in. So what is this is logged in? It would be just a variable. As of now we don't have this variable, that's why it is showing this error. So if you take your mouse cursor, so this is how you will figure out what is the issue. So whatever is highlighted, just check it. It will tell you the exact thing. Properties logged in does not exist. So let's go and declare it inside this app.component.ts file. So here I will define it, and with this we will write, let's say true. First value I'm setting it as a true. This is a boolean value. So let's go again to HTML. It is okay now. Now we will put one semicolon, and then we will use here then. Now what this then will do, it will ask for the template to name which we want to execute in case if is logged in is true. So I want to execute logged in block. So just simply write here logged in block. Perfect. Now put a semicolon, else. Here we will write else. In case of else, what we will do, we will execute logged out block. Perfect. Okay, so now the code is simple. If it is true, let me write it true also. Although it is a variable, so it will automatically calculate. If we are not providing any value, it will be considered as if it is true, then only it will execute, otherwise it will not execute. So is logged in equal true, then logged in block, else logged out block. So let's see how we are getting the output. So output is welcome to Sharmit. That means it is logged in. Now similarly, if you go to app.component.ts file, here instead of true you make it false, save it and refresh it, you will find please log in to continue. That means this time it is executing the else part, not the then part. Okay, similarly, let's say if I made the changes like this, if it is false, so in that case perform the logged in block. So things is now changed. Okay, so you can see my value is false. Check it, the value is false, which is in TS file, false, right? But still it is showing the message welcome to Sharmit. Why? Because here we have changed the condition. We have changed the condition, is logged in is false, then login block. Although it is a wrong thing, right? But I just want to show you one thing, that if it totally depends on the logic what you are writing here. Okay, it will not automatically understand the things. So make sure that you are providing it in a right way, otherwise this kind of bug you might face. So right now you can see, although it was straightforward for the developers, they know how to do the things, right? So here we are checking, if it is true, then it will go for the logged in block. If it is false, it will go for the logged out block. Clear? So this is how we can utilize the if then else keyword or directives whenever you want to build a conditional statement that will execute one by one as per the condition. So I hope this session is clear to all of you. If you have any further questions or any suggestion, you can put it in a comment section so that I can try to help you. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.